Book your custom trip. Call Superior Cruise and Travel now and talk to one of the highest-rated travel agencies in the country with a 5-star A+ online rating.
800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. That's 800-570-9631.
Well, folks, welcome to Fifth Street Sports on a beautiful Monday afternoon, Las Vegas, Nevada. We are on the Sports Byline USA Radio Network. American forces to all the men and women in uniform. Thank you guys, as always. We're on iHeartRadio, streaming live on Facebook and YouTube, Intune, Twitch, and Twitter at Facebook at FifthStreetSports.com. We got Oklahoma Brian and Florida Rick, my two brilliant co-hosts, on with me today. You guys, how's it going out there in the mid? Well, you're in the east, and Brian's in the middle there, right?
That would be the case, yep.
Hey, well, going as expected in the mid.
Okay. Now, before we get to the big events this week, we got the NBA Finals, NHL, and, of course, the Kentucky Derby. I'm sure you guys are well aware that today is National Nurses Day, right? You guys knew that?
I was not aware of that, no.
And that triggered, that being National Nurses Day really triggered a bad beat in a sporting event to me. Do you know that a nurse won the Boston Marathon this year in record time, an actual nurse? Now she won another huge event, in the marathon, set a record. And tell me this ain't a bad beat. They disqualified her because she ran in scrubs instead of a nurse's uniform. So I don't know if you ranked that right up there with the bad beat that the horse took in the Derby, but it's got to be up there.
That's pretty bad, Frank. I gotta tell.
I mean,
that is pretty bad. You're better than that, Frank. Your jokes are usually pretty good.
No, but I mean, here's a nurse that actually wins the marathon and gets disqualified because she ran in scrubs instead of a nurse's thing. And then the same thing happens in the Derby, that, the horse does a little bumping and gets disqualified. I don't know which one of those is a greater impact on things.
Well, this is the year of the controversial finish, right? It seems like every sporting event this year ends this way. So I wouldn't expect it to be any different.
It certainly, I mean, I don't even know what's going on. Coaches, everything's wacky, actors bribing. It's a wild and wacky planet. Guys, when we come back, we got a great show. Oklahoma Brian, Florida Rick, back after this timeout.
Trade Pros. Ferguson is committed to making business with us the easiest part of your day. Ferguson.com is designed to help run your business from the office to the job site by making your day-to-day activities easier with 24/7 account access, unmatched online inventory, and on-the-go account management. And with our Pro Plus customer loyalty program, you can earn points with every online purchase, redeemable for merchandise, event tickets, trips, and more. Sign up today at Ferguson.com.
Attention business owners, now is the perfect time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. We can give you packages with up to 90 great channels and save your business a ton of cash. And if you call right now, you can learn how to get free equipment and free installation. Now you have choices. It's time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. And call today and get 90 channels plus free equipment and free installation. Smart business owners like you all across the country are consolidating and saving money on their cable TV, internet, and phone service for their business. So now's the perfect time. This may be a limited time offer to the first 100 people that call right now. So please save money and call now.
800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. That's 800-470-7113.
Hey travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1780. 855-325-1780. That's 855-325-1780.
Want to stay in touch with your favorite Sports Byline USA network hosts? Like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter at Sports Byline USA. You can also see the latest news in the world of sports, learn about upcoming contests and giveaways, plus catch up on guest info so you never miss a moment with the biggest names in every sport. Football, basketball, baseball, MMA, and more. No matter where you are in the U.S. or around the world, you can stay connected to the host and fans who love what you love. So check us out on Facebook and Twitter at Sports Byline USA.
Welcome back, folks. Fifth Street Sports on Sports Byline USA Radio Network, American Forces, iHeart, streaming live, Facebook and YouTube. I'm Frank Perez, joined with Florida Rick and Oklahoma Brian. You guys, I'm going to give you my 30-second take on this Kentucky Derby, the first time in the history that by race riding a horse has been disqualified. Well, the owner of Maximum Security is filed an appeal, and he will not be running in the Preakness. Now, do you think that is sour grapes, or, I mean, just it was a huge disqualification. I don't know if you guys watched the race.
Oh, of course I watched the race. No, it's not. It's not definitely not sour grapes, and I don't think that they're making the horse like have to process all the paperwork. So I don't think that's the issue. But let me ask you a question. You know, obviously the money for these horses is all in the stud fees down the road, right? That's the big factor. How do you think his stud fees are going to be? You know, in other words, like this, if he had been given the victory, if the appeal or the judges had said, no, we're going to leave him as the winner, would that have had a material impact on his stud fees? And gets to the same thing about the horse that ended up winning.
Well, I know what I think on that, but I would like to get Rick's take. Rick, if you're there, give me what your take would be on that. I know it's huge, but let's see what.
I think he's having technical difficulties right now.
Yeah, with Rick. Yeah, Brian. I think the stud fees would be huge. It shouldn't be, because anybody that watched the race would know by that the lineage of Maximum Security is just as good. But still, when they look back at the, winner of the Kentucky Derby, and then maybe even Preakness or Belmont, I think it does affect them hugely.
I don't know. Any chance that I know they frown on us when we talk politics, so I'm not going to talk politics, but I am going to mention a certain person has weighed in on this controversy through Twitter. Certain high-ranking elected official who's going to remain nameless. Any chance that has any kind of impact, or is that just another example of stupidity of somebody thinking that they're an expert on something and they're going to use Twitter as a method to tell us how smart they are about something that they know nothing about?
Well, I probably got to classify that as ignorance. But I mean, they did file an appeal. You know what I mean? They did file an appeal, and I don't know if you watched it. I don't think he should have got taken down. Do you? It didn't look nothing really out of line there.
It was really close. I mean, the one that got, you saw the one that got impacted was the one that I gave out.
Yeah.
On Friday. So.
Yep.
I don't know. It's they say Robin's racing, right? So yeah, I don't know if that applies to horses or just NASCAR.
Now, do you think if they would have left him up and just said, no, it's official, Maximum Security wins, would there have been really like any big controversy or where everybody said, yeah, God, no problem, he won?
Oh, there would have been controversy either way.
Not as much than this. I mean, Brian, this was really 22 minutes on this decision, and then come back and take a Derby horse down. I think that was really, really out of line there.
It was rough. I thought everybody involved though was pretty classy, considering what was at stake. The fact that they all were agreeable to being interviewed on national TV. Well, it had to be the most agonizing time of their lives, and they're having to, they're answering questions. I thought in a really, approachable way. I thought that was a really good thing for the sport, because I could see someone in a heated moment like that refuse to reporters.
It was a very agonizing. I mean, that 22 minutes had to feel almost like the time when when I was getting married. I married an Italian girl from Yonkers. And when I was meeting her parents, we were coming up to see her parents because one of her sisters was having a kid, and I had to be married. And it was a day and a half before my flight. And the father calls me and says, "Well, I heard you're coming in with Angela. Boy, I can't wait to see the marriage certificate." And I did not have a marriage certificate. So I don't know which was tougher, that 22 minutes on those guys, or me having to run down to the Upper Marlboro courthouse with 20 or 30 minutes to go when the judge was going to call it for the week.
That's a great story.
It really is. That's brutal.
It could be worse. There's worse things than losing the Kentucky Derby. They could have, there are horses that lose horse races in Korea that have a far worse outcome than.
And greyhounds too. Remember, walk the dog over there is a big difference than over here.
Yeah. It is different.
Rick, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Frank. Sorry, I just had some technical issues, but I'm back, and I hear you guys talking about the Derby. I didn't hear the whole conversation though up until now.
Well, we were wondering. I think they should have left him up. Is my vote. What's your vote on it?
I'm not a horse racing aficionado, but from what I saw and from what I heard, is if this were any race other than the Derby, he would have been taken down in about 20 seconds. So the fact that it's the Derby, you can't really change the rules because it's a bigger race. I mean, it was a clear he impeded the other horses, and from everything that I'm reading and following, he should have been taken down, and he would have been taken down a lot sooner had it been any other race.
Well, Rick, I mean, it really wasn't that clear. How many times have you guys heard, it's Game 7 or a big thing? Oh, the refs aren't calling these fouls. Not when a game means like this. They're not going to call these ticky-tacky fouls. Haven't you heard that, Brian, before in big games?
I don't agree with it, but yeah, I've heard it. I mean, I guess, like I said, this is the year of the controversial finish, and I feel for everyone on the short end of these decisions, Purdue and the Saints, and I mean, there's a whole long list. They should do a Big Brother show of all of the teams or players that were affected by this. They could have they got maximum security in the house.
hey, but you want to know what? I don't want to hear any more of these stories when these guys say, he came to America with $2 and he didn't have a dime, and he all these guys that started with minus money or minus zero and worked their way up, and now they're very successful businesses. The next couple of stories I want to hear is from reality, like you would say, yeah, folks, I was a pretty spoiled kid. I got it all given to me. I blew it. I threw it all away. I squandered it on whatever. I hit rock bottom, and now I'm on my way back. That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear these guys that started with 2 cents and they got 8 businesses. I want to hear the reality of a spoiled kid that blew it all. Now he's learned his lesson and he's coming back. You know what I mean? So
sounds like the story of someone at the top of our political food chain.
Oh, gosh. Well, you guys are subliminally bashing my guy there, even though
not bashing him at all.
Not at all.
No comments on his political effectiveness or his intelligence or whether he's crazy. None of that. No discussion on that. We'd never do that. This is solely focused on his ability to make relevant, comments on a sporting event that he knows nothing about. And
hey,
that was great.
But I'm going to save you guys some money just in case you were thinking about it, because the cooler, he's my dentist friend in Montana. He's worst in America's Worst Better. He placed a big wager on Friday on The Rock at 80-1 to be the next president. So this guy bet Hillary the last time. He's the worst, the absolute worst. So if you guys were thinking about betting The Rock, scratch that.
The Rock,
yeah, I don't think The Rock's be running in 2020, but possibly 2024. So is this strictly for 2020 or either one of the next two
2020,
elections?
Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, 80-1, you guys. But throw it all out because my dentist, the cooler, made a wager on him, so he's done.
Isn't The Rock Canadian?
Guys, we got to take a break. When we come back, Fifth Street Sports, Oklahoma Brian, Florida Rick, and Frank Perez back after this timeout.
Do you use the blue pill to charge your sex life? Have you been thinking about trying the blue pill? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pill delivers the exact same results for less than $3. We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what to do next. You need to call and get your 44 pills for just $99. Stop overpaying for the other blue pills. Call us and start saving a ton of money for the exact same results. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. That's 800-223-0992.
Remember in the beginning, when you first started to build a life for you and your family, you never imagined it would come to this. Instead of living your dreams, you're living with debt. In fact, it's smothering you. Now there's a way you can take back control with one simple call. If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, you qualify to receive a free, no-obligation consultation on how to get rid of that debt for good. Call the Debt Helpline now. We work on your behalf to reduce your debt. We specialize in credit cards, retail store cards, and medical bills. One simple call is all it takes to get the ball rolling to a debt-free life. Stop living with debt and start living your dreams. Call the Debt Helpline now. 800-957-6063. 800-957-6063. 800-957-6063. That's 800-957-6063.
If you or a loved one is suffering from a physical or emotional condition that has left you unable to work, then listen carefully. Take this number down. 800-593-7491. That's 800-593-7491. When you call, you'll speak with a Social Security disability expert and get a free evaluation to see if you may qualify for disability insurance benefits from the U.S. government. That's right, a monthly cash payment paid directly to you from the Social Security Administration. Whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied disability benefits, call now. The disability attorneys at Pinnacle Disability can help you build your case, file an appeal, and represent you at no upfront cost to you. Don't wait another minute to see if you may qualify for your Social Security disability benefits. Call Pinnacle Disability Group at 800-593-7491 for your free case evaluation. That's 800-593-7491. 800-593-7491. Call now.
Guys, we're back. Fifth Street Sports. Frank Perez, Oklahoma Brian, and Florida Rick. You guys, we got some big games in the NBA, as they have been. You know, every time the NBA starts, the playoff thing, by the time that I look out there, every tree in my yard is more or less doubled in size. So we're still in the midst of the playoffs. Rick, what's your take so far, and what do you think about the NBA playoffs to this midway point?
Boy, every time I think I know exactly what's going to happen in the series, the opposite happens. So it's really been a fascinating playoffs so far. Well, after the first round, which was pretty, everything went as script and everyone won in 4 or 5 games except for Denver. But I mean, you look at what happened. Look at what happens in Game 1 and Game 2 in these series. First, Milwaukee gets trounced at home by Boston in Game 1. Like, wow, Milwaukee's not going to show up. Boston's probably going to win this thing in 5. Next thing you know, Milwaukee crushed them in Game 2, goes into Boston, and you almost called the exact score, Frank. You said Milwaukee by 11. They were shooting 2 free throws to put it on 11 with about 10, 15 seconds left, and I thought your dream was going to come true.
Well, I forgot to tell everybody that I fell asleep the last 20 seconds of the game. So.
Well, that probably cost it from winning 11. But the fact is, Milwaukee was 1.5 point dog. They ended up winning by 7. So unless you had some sort of exact final score, it didn't make a difference what your dreams said. We all cashed from your, from what you gave out. So they won Game 3. Now they're going playing Game 4 tonight. Milwaukee's up 2-1. Now it looks like Milwaukee can't be beat. It looks like they're just going to win this thing in 5. And, that probably means Boston win the next 2. But anyway, then we head off to the next series, and you have Toronto-Philly. Toronto crushes them in Game 1. Think, this series is going to be a blowout. Toronto wins in 4 or 5. Then it happens. Philly comes back in Game 2, wins wire-to-wire in Toronto. Game 3 goes into Philly, and Philly wins his game by like 25 points going away. This series is over. Philly's going to put this thing away in 5. Then we have last night, and then last night was the first close game of that series, and went back and forth. And Toronto, every time they blow a lead, they come right back and hit a big 3. Kawhi Leonard with 39 points, and it kind of looks unstoppable. Toronto wins Game 4, so we're 2-2 going back to Toronto tomorrow. Now we have a best of 3 with a home court advantage, for Toronto. And then we head off to the West, and you have the Houston Golden State series. Golden State takes the first 2 at home. They're winning both games by double digits. Houston made them close late, both games, but Golden State held on. Houston got the cover. Then comes to Game 3. Golden State's winning big early. Houston just comes second quarter, and the rest of the game kind of takes control. Golden State makes the late comeback. They go into overtime. Houston puts it away in overtime. So now we have 2-1. Houston looking very live. They win tonight, and now it's a 2-2 series. And then you have that Portland-Denver series, which is crazy, crazy series. Portland loses Game 1. Denver wins wire-to-wire at home. Portland goes wire-to-wire on the road in Game 2 and wins tied at 1. Then we have that amazing Game 3 Friday night that went to quadruple overtime. I'm sure you weren't awake for that, but it was one of the best games I've ever seen. Just incredible shots left and right. Portland ended up winning in quadruple overtime thanks to Rodney Hood's heroics. And then last night, another great game, and Denver pulled it out. So, I don't know what's going to happen in these series. It's really one of the most unpredictable playoffs I've ever seen. And just when you think what the result's going to be, the opposite happens. So, yeah, I can't wait to watch the rest of the series, and tonight's games are going to be pretty special too.
Brian, now, what about you? Do you have the same take as Rick in these playoffs?
Yeah, this is definitely a hard year to figure out. But looking forward, Rick, do you think that at the end of the day, that because you've said all along that you think this is all just kind of a formality, that Golden State's going to win this thing in the end? Do you now have any doubts that maybe someone else could possibly take this thing?
I would love to see someone else do it, but boy, I don't see any way Golden State's not gonna win the whole thing. I can't see them losing 4 games in a 7-game series. The best chance anyone has of doing it is Houston, and then I guess Houston, if they can win tonight 2-2, they can do it. I don't see it happening, but it could be done. If they don't do it, I guess maybe Milwaukee has a tiny shot at winning 4 of 7, but I don't see it happening. So I think Houston's really the only chance, and they have to win tonight if it's going to happen. Probably steal Game 5.
I was kind of leaning towards Golden State tonight, but you guys there, what kind of but now the public seems to be on it. What's the public percentage on this game tonight with Golden State? It's got to be heavy.
You know what? Yeah, I'm actually checking that out right now. It looks like the public is about 68% here on Golden State. And the line opened at Houston -2. It's down to pick 'em. So the public really thinks that Golden State's going to pull it out tonight. Well, I guess we'll talk more about it in the pick segment, but my initial lean would be Houston at home. I just thought all year Houston's going to be, giving Golden State a tremendous series. I still think it's going to be a 7-game series, but I think Golden State will win at the end.
Gosh, I'm going to pass. Brian, what do you got any quick thoughts on these games? Because I don't know. I mean, are you going to be on with us for the last segment here, or you got to bail out?
No, you guys are on your own for the last segment. I did see that there was a story this weekend with the XFL. Did you see they just signed a big TV deal?
No.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, so the XFL is going to have their games on, I believe, ABC, ESPN, and one other network. It looks like a pretty substantial TV deal. And now that they've killed off the AAF, I actually think this league might have a chance to be around for a few years. I suppose they're still going to have to work out some kind of deal with the players' union to get access to some of the practice squad players that weren't able to play in the AAF. But we'll see. I'm somewhat optimistic.
Okay, now let me throw this one at you. And if you say yes to this, I am going to vote no on all the legalization of cannabis in the mid states. You're not going to tell me that Clemson can beat an XFL team too, right?
XFL. Well, no. I think the XFL will be better than the AAF. That was my whole point with that Clemson versus the AAF. I'm not going to make that evaluation until I see what kind of product they put on the field. But the AAF was such a horrendous product. I think a lot of people just made a knee-jerk reaction, assuming it was professional, and of course professionals will always prevail. This was far from a professional league, and I think the XFL will actually be substantially better than the AAF.
Well, we're very upset about the canceling of the league because, as you know, the AAF Super Bowl was here at Sam Boyd Stadium, and there's a lot of people right now holding tickets that are worthless, and it's kind of not very good for us here to be shamed like that.
Well, was Las Vegas shamed? I mean, you were just. I guess it's kind of like getting left at the altar, right? You guys have been planning the whole year around that, right? There was, that was going to be like the key point of the entire 2019 Civic Pride, effort in Las Vegas. And now what? Now you got to look. What do you look to now? Maybe what's
nothing. I mean, we're very depressed around here because the Knights lost in the Stanley Cup, so it was the first chance that we were ever going to be being played live here for the actual championship of a professional division. But then in Las Vegas style, it gets canceled. So, there's a lot of refunds, tickets, big groups, all the tailgating, everything that everybody was going to be doing has gone right out the window.
Do you think the Bat Dog might have made an appearance at the AAF championship?
I do believe Finn was scheduled for the halftime show. I don't know if U2 or Metallica was going to be there, but Finn was.
Let me ask you a cynical question. If something were to happen to Finn, do you think they have a backup Finn like ready to go, kind of like in those like animal TV shows where they just have a understudy ready to go and they don't even tell you?
Absolutely. You got to have a backup dog. You even got to have a backup dog. You got to have 3 ready to go. You can't be out there without a bat dog. But it's kind of sad. But Vegas is really the Raiders. We got a very good draft. I drive by the stadium about 4 times a week. Every time I drive by, I see it's getting better and better. You guys, I can't wait for you guys to come out here and see a game.
I'm looking forward.
We'll be ready for next football season, right, Frank? For the beginning of next football season?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Gruden's going to get the job done, you guys. Gruden's going to do the trick.
Well, this will be the last. This will be the last year we ever see a dual baseball football stadium ever again, probably with the Raiders. So we probably never see dirt again on a football field or baseball diamond on a football field after this year. There's no teams share stadiums anymore. That all ended. Oakland's the last one.
Oh, I did not
I
know
didn't
that.
know that. That's a cool piece of trivia.
See-
Except for maybe during bowl games, that'll be the only time where we see that, right? There'll be.
Oh yeah,
bowl
but
games,
remember,
bowl
like there are bowl games at like Yankee Stadium or even I don't know, Fenway Park. They had a game. I don't know if it was a bowl game or not, but they do that well after the season's over. So at that point, they won't leave the baseball diamond up. The configurations will be off, but the diamond won't be up.
I was going to say, Brian, you got about 35 seconds since you're not going to be here. What do you like tonight for the Talk You Can Bet On segment? Give us something early.
I have nothing for you. I'm sorry. I haven't done my homework.
Oh.
I'll tell you what. I'll text something in as I walk out the door here.
We appreciate the integrity of that we don't just throw stuff out there. But have you ever realized watching all of our shows the information that you could have gathered in case you ever get on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or Jeopardy? We have given out stuff that you would say, "Oh my gosh, I heard that." I mean, just what was the last stadium that was dual baseball and football? Oakland. Anyways, guys, we got to come back. Got to take a break. Fifth Street Sports back after this. It'll be the Talk You Can Bet On. You don't want to miss this one.
It has been said that everyone has a book in them. But do you have the time or the ability to write your book? Maybe you picked up some skills or had a life experience that you want to pass on in the form of a book to help others. Maybe you want to leave an autobiography for your family. Or maybe you've built a successful business and you want to share your story. At Dorrance Publishing Company, we have professional writers who can help turn your book idea into a finished manuscript quickly and affordably. A Dorrance ghostwriter can provide as much or as little help as you need to complete your book. You'll work directly with your ghostwriter to finish your book faster than you ever could on your own. It's easy to become a published author. Call Dorrance now to learn more. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. Call right now. That number is 800-485-6003. Want to fly somewhere? Looking for cheap flights or cheap tickets? Then call. That's right. Call the low-cost airline travel hotline now for prices so low we can't publish them anywhere. Low Cost Airlines has all kinds of cheap travel deals. Fly domestically and save up to 75%. You can even fly internationally and save even more. Yes, fly anywhere in the world and save a lot of money on your plane tickets. We'll even save you money with cheap travel deals on hotels, rental cars, even complete travel packages. So don't book your tickets until you call us first for the absolute cheapest prices on U.S. and international airline tickets and hotels. Call right now for prices so low they can't be published. Travel experts are here 24/7 to help. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. That's 800-754-4531.
I'm Nick Ebram. I like to have a nice smooth shave. I do have a goatee. I like to make sure the skin around it is nice and smooth. And when you're using one of those disposable razors, you never know what you're going to get. You don't get a great shave. I tell you, I have found the solution to my shaving issues with Harry's razors. Non-slip, comfortable handle. I think these are absolutely the best. Right now, you can get a $13 value trial set. Comes with everything you need for a close, comfortable shave. Weighted ergonomic handle, a 5-blade razor with a lubricating strip, a rich lathering shave gel, a travel blade cover. You can get a $13 value trial set right now. Go to harrys.com/World Soccer. Go right now, harrys.com/World Soccer. Redeem your offer right now and let them know that I, Nick Ebers, sent you. harrys.com/World Soccer to go get your Harry's razors.
All right, folks, we are back on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. American Forces, to the men and women in uniforms, thank you again. Also, iHeartRadio. I got Florida Rick and myself. I'm Frank Perez, and we are on Talk You Can Bet On. Rick, what do we got today? We got a decent card in baseball, 2 NBA, and I believe 2 games on the ice.
Yeah, I believe that would be correct. let's see. You're right about baseball and there's actually, there is 2 hockey games. Okay, Boston, Columbus, San Jose, Colorado. I think I'm now 0-3 on giving out hockey plays on here, so I'm gonna wait till next year before I give out my next hockey play.
Okay, I seen a lot of sharp accounts on this Colorado, and Colorado in the series at plus 320. They got to win 2 in a row, which is a fair price. But I don't know. I think, this should go 7. Should go 7. Can't come up with a good one here.
No, I'm gonna have to pass on all hockey. While we were talking last segment, looks like Man City scored, which means that assuming they hold on to this 1-0 victory, they're going to still be 1 point ahead of Liverpool going into Saturday's last game of the year. So it'll be the first time in a long time I can remember the Premiership's coming down to the final day. So Man City will have to get a win. Do you know who they're playing on that final day?
Yeah, they're playing. Man City's playing the Wolves. I believe Liverpool is playing Brighton. Yeah. No, and let me see if that. Maybe I have it backwards, but it should be. I mean, Liverpool was playing at home. Man City's playing on the road. So it looks like Liverpool is going to get their win, which of course will be no good if Man City gets theirs, because they'll have a 1-point lead. But maybe it's 1-0. I mean, I've seen 2 scores in a soccer game before. It's usually. I mean, it only took a couple hours to get this one. They still have another almost an hour to go, so it might be or half.
No, they only have about 7 or 8 minutes left.
Oh, you're kidding!
The game's like in the 84th minute. Yeah.
With stoppage and everything, huh?
Yeah, it looks like it's we're about the 85th minute right now. So assuming there's about 3 minutes of stoppage time, I guess there's about 8 minutes to go.
Yeah.
So not looking good for Leicester or Liverpool for that matter. But maybe they can get a late goal and maybe Jamie Vardy will pull some magic.
I got you. Now I did get one game today. I think I called Chip. Chip likes the Yankees, Sabathia over this Felix today. But he's really good, and the Yankees are at home. I know you guys are you've been anti-Felix almost all year, right?
Yeah, he's one of my top 3 fade pitchers. I won't be on Felix again for the most part, barring a miracle. So I'll either be against him or I'll just pass. But yeah, this line's kind of a weird one. I've been looking at this game for a while, and the Yankees opened as about 160 favorites. They're down to about 145. Public is pretty big, about 65, 68% of the Yankees. So, it makes me think there's some sharp accounts around Seattle. I haven't really seen it. So I would only be on the Yankees on the side, but I'm going to pass because the line movement, the percentages are a little shaky. But I do like the over in this game. I think over 9 should come through. I see the Yankees getting good amount of runs off Hernandez. Sabathia will give up his fair share of runs too. Seattle's, the line has been hot of late, so I kind of like the over 9 in this game. I was going to pass to the side though, but I would only play Chip's side of the Yankees.
Okay, and then I was thinking today, gosh, this Milwaukee +2 looks like such a. Now that is an anti-public play because I know that they got to be on Boston because Boston was 1.5, went back to 2. Not a lot on Boston, but if I had to play tonight, my opinion would be to take the Bucks again. But you're the NBA expert. What do you think on this game?
Yeah, I thought I knew the NBA pretty well until this postseason, and now I see everything I tend to like. It almost goes the opposite way, but I'm passing. I'm not playing it, but if I did play it, I would probably throw my dart and take the Celtics and say, you know what, the Bucks look so good the last 2 games. Now it's time for the Celtics to come out of their shell and have their good game and tie it up at 2 going back to Milwaukee for Game 5. But by no means am I endorsing this as a play or am I releasing a play on the Celtics here.
What about the Houston game? Can you get behind anything as an official release on that game?
I am going to give out a play in this game, and I am going to surprisingly give out Houston as at a pick. You can get Pick'em -15. The if to lay 1. You might even have a book or 2 out there that you can get +1 on Houston, but for the most part, let's just call it a Pick'em. And first of all, the way the public's been so high on Golden State this game is, I think, a little crazy because we know they're such a good team and at home with the crowd. 8:30 local start. It's going to be, a really crazy loud crowd and atmosphere over there. I would think that Houston's going to come back in this game and tie it up and put the series, back into Oakland for Game 5. I think Houston's have too good of a year and too good of a team to just go down 3-1. Because once they're down 3-1, I mean, we know it's over. Especially going back to Golden State for Game 5, and if somehow you win that, you'd still have to go back there for Game 7. So you have to win 2 games on the road, with 3 in a row and 2 on the road. So that's not happening. So I think Houston's going to, come up big tonight. Remember, they could have won Game 1 for sure. They could have snuck in and won Game 2. They didn't. They had a pretty sizable lead Game 3, blew it, but then were able to get the victory. So I do think it's gonna be a close game, but I think Houston's going to prevail. I think we're going to see a 2-2 series heading back to Golden State Wednesday night for Game 5.
Boy, isn't it unbelievable? As unpredictable as these games are, sides and totals and everything. Gosh, how would you like to be the guy that's getting $1.10 and just letting you try to figure this out? That's how scary it is, to be booking. And when you're a bookmaker, when you look at your books, you're getting plus 110 on each side. Now these games have gone. You can't figure anything out. Totals, nothing. Triple, quadruple overtimes, under when it should go over. Boy, 110. If you can beat this NBA laying $1.10, God bless you. It looks tough to me.
Yeah, the postseason's been, I think, a lot different than the regular season. Not to say the regular season was easy by any means, but the postseason's been just and you look at the public percentages, and it seems like whatever the public's doing, you talk about fading the public, and we've had this conversation before, but if you just don't know anything about basketball or sports for that matter, and all you do is look at public percentages, you take any game where the public is 65% or more on one team, and you just grab the other side. The amount of money you're making is obscene. If you've been playing, a couple dimes a game, just fading the public in the NBA playoffs, your record would be so insane right now.
It really would, and I'm really hesitant to give out a lot of picks because I've gotten a great source out of Costa Rica, but it's really obscure sports that we make money on. Like they just shot me a basketball game for tomorrow on Austria, the Bulls, minus 19.5. I send you all the stuff. I send you all the AAA, the Pacific, all the totals. They crush all these sports that are really not mainstream. But I guess that has to be where the money is, because trying to figure out this NBA or NHL, boy, it gets tougher and tougher.
Yeah, and plus the public doesn't want to bet the smaller sports. The public's only interested in the major sports and really the major games. So, the betting, the public might not typically bet the NBA during this regular season, but come the playoffs, or the same with college basketball. They're not betting college basketball during the season, but as soon as the NCAA tournament starts, man, they want to bet every game. Like they're an expert now. Like they know, they've seen Duke play, they've seen Zion Williamson, and now, okay, it's time to start betting every game in the NCAA tournament because it's March Madness. So, that's when it's the time to fade the public right there. You see, I was talking about that during the first week of the tournament. You just kind of close your eyes, watch what the public's doing, and just go the other way because they're going to be wrong a lot more than they're right in the NCAA tournament.
Absolutely.
And now it's the same thing in the NBA playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. It's on this AAA baseball on the totals. I think, since I started getting them, I think they're about, 19-6 or 19-5. I'll send them to you when I get them. I wish we were on the show when I get them. I've got a place, but they only let you bet 100, and they don't let you round robin them. So it's kind of, like the other day, I think we went 5-1, 4-0, but you can't make that much because you can't even parlay them. So
yeah, those are some great plays on Saturday. Like I told you, I think they went, well, I don't know totals and sides differential, but I think they went overall 6-2-1 or 7-2-1. Actually, you're right. The totals may have been, I think, 6-1, or because the sides went 1-2. So I think the totals went either 5-1 or 6-1.
Yeah, it's great stuff. Too bad it's too limited. They're not going to let you bet a lot on the Buffalo AAA squads and Rochester and Las Vegas, but baseball now, you know what? I got to tell you, your Boston, I wrote them for dead, and you said they were going to creep up back to that 500, and they have, but
yeah, they're just too good. They're too good of a team, and I'm not a fan by any means, but man, you start seeing them playing teams like the White Sox and the Royals and the Tigers, and they're just going to get back on track because there's too much talent in the team, both hitting and pitching. And that's what just happened. They just went into Chicago and just obliterated the White Sox. in a 3-game series. So, I can expect it to continue. And I think, we're talking here in a few weeks and they're either in first place or a game out.
Wow, hey, Andrew, we got anything from Daniel Wages or any of the good guys that watch the show that send in good stuff?
We do. We've got a few messages in, actually, so let's pull them up. As always, we are streaming live to youtube.com/Fifth Street Sports and facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports Talk. And today we've got some messages in via YouTube. The first one comes in courtesy of Billy Donlin, who says, I think Florida Rick and Oklahoma Brian were secretly bashing Trump. Can I join in?
Billy, sorry about that. I'm on the Trump team, buddy. I got bashing.
The next one here comes from Daniel Wages. It's a pick. Minnesota Twins plus 105. And he was asking right after that, do you like under 220.5 for the Celtics game, guys?
I myself, let me take a look at this because boy, this Daniel's really good. Billy, by the way, they were bashing Trump. I know you guys all aboard on that.
We weren't bashing him. No,
well,
just
subliminally.
It was just funny the way you were reading the thing off, and it sounded like you were reading like a biography of the guy. That's why it was funny. But no bashing here.
Okay, so Billy's coming in on Minnesota. Perez over Stroman. Minnesota on the road at Toronto. $1.05. Not really too sure about that. And Billy, as far as I can see, I would take under 220.5 in that Boston game.
Well, that's a great line. If you have that, I think the real line's about 219 now. So right away, just the value, you got to take the under there. But yeah, now that we're getting into games 4 and 5 coming up, I think you have to really start seriously looking at all these unders. I mean, these totals are still as low as 211, as high as 220. So the games are being played a lot different than they were in the regular season. And while some games are going over, I think unders are hitting at a pretty high rate.
220.5. Billy, if you can get that line, we recommend the under there. I mean, Daniel Wages likes Minnesota, right? He likes the.
And he also was asking
that was also Daniel. Damn. Then I really like it. Then, even though Billy's pretty good, Billy's a pretty sharp guy. He's really once in a while he'll throw a statement that'll make us think that he's driving by the dispensary when he's watching the show. But he's regularly pretty good. Billy's pretty sharp. Anyways, folks, so we got under. Rick, you recommend just Houston in the NBA, right?
Yeah, I had a couple of baseball plays too, but I guess we can go over them after the break.
Yeah, we got. Let's take this break, and when we come back, we'll finish up with your baseball. You got Daniel and Billy under 220.5, Twins plus 105. Rick on Houston. Back after this, folks.
Not too long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, didn't it? For a vacation or a new car. But today, withdrawing your own cash has become risky. Pat Boone here for Swiss America. According to The Secret War, a new Swiss America white paper, I learned that all banks are now required to spy on you and me for the government, and then report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. You must read The Secret War. It's free. Truth is, I believe the government's new war against cash is really a war against us all. But the secret is now out. So please, get and read The Secret War.
Pick up your phone and call right now. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517.
Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Clapper, Chief of Orthopedic Surgery at Cedars-Sinai Medical Group in Los Angeles, California. dedicated to your health, your life, and your sports. As a weekend warrior, you know about sports injuries and pain. Exercise is an important element in keeping your body's core in good shape to minimize sports injuries. But when you are in pain, there is one product that I recommend to my patients, and that is Blue Goo Gel. Blue Goo consists of a proprietary formula developed specifically for the treatment of inflammation and general muscle aches and strains. I recommend Blue Goo for my patients coping with hip and knee pain before surgery, especially bursitis and tendinitis. Give Blue Goo a try. Call 1-888-330-0123 and you'll receive a 1-week supply of Blue Goo absolutely free. The makers of Blue Goo are even paying the shipping. The number again is 1-888-330-0123. If you want more information on Blue Goo, visit online at www.dothegoo.com.
Now available at select Big 5 stores near you.
At 28, I had struggled with opiate and meth addiction for 12 years. I did and said things that the sober me never would have done. One day I realized I was not invincible. I was not exempt. And that's when a friend told me about Elite Rehab Placement. They gave me the tools I needed to get sober, and all it took was the one phone call.
Elite Rehab can help you start to break your addiction problem and get sober in as little as 7 days. And we'll work with your insurance provider to help cover the costs. Plus, we have travel assistance programs to get you here by plane or train. Make this free call right now to learn more. 800-403-5912. 800-403-5912. 800-403-5912. That's 800-403-5912.
All right, guys, Fifth Street Sports. We're back. Sports Byline USA Radio Network. Florida Rick and myself, Frank Perez. This is a wrap-up segment. We got some plays coming in from Rick. Rick, what's your baseball looking like?
Okay, well, I have a couple plays I wanted to give out here. I told you I like the Yankees over, so I'm going to go over 9 minus 20 in that game, fading both Hernandez and Sabathia. That was my first one, and then I also like Arizona tonight as a dog in Tampa, getting plus 185. Kelly against Snell. I just don't think Snell has it this year. At some point, I think he'll come on, but I don't think he's there yet. And I think you're getting a great price tonight with a very good baseball team in Arizona. So I'm going to take the plus 85 dog in Arizona tonight. And for my last play, I'm going to go with the Padres at home. Plus 104 at home against the Mets and DeGrom. I'll take Paddock there, and I really like this card tonight.
All right, so let's recap that. We like over in the Seattle Yankees game, Sabathia and Hernandez over 9 minus 20. You like the Padres at home getting $1.04 against you just said
the
Mets.
Against
the Mets and DeGrom. That total 6.5. And then of course you like you're going against Snell, taking $1.85. Daniel Wages likes the Twins plus 105. That's a tough game, Daniel. Gosh, I'm sick that Daniel said that, because I was really liking Toronto with Stroman over there laying $1.14. Now I'm gonna pass. I think this Daniel. I don't want to be on the other side of this guy. And then Billy Donlin is under 220.5. I like that play. I'm going to take that one. So it's looking like a pretty good card. Rick, you've been doing good in baseball. I'm going to follow you on that. I'm going to follow the guys here because Wages and Donlin are really good, especially this Wages now. But gosh, he's gotten off of my Toronto. Now I'm torn. You know what I mean? It's like when
yeah, if it means anything to you, I would lean towards Minnesota as well. I noticed that earlier. I almost gave it out, but I didn't. But I would lean towards Minnesota too.
Yeah, now I might just go to Pasadena on this one, you guys. Rick, hey, thank you, buddy. It's been a great show. This week we got a few guests coming on, so it's going to be a pretty decent week for us here. But folks, we appreciate you and we thank you for listening and watching us on Fifth Street Sports. Be safe. Good luck tonight. We'll see you tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific and 4 p.m. Eastern.